Hello boys and girls, what is going on? Chris here, and today we're going to talk about the must-haves in Dead Island 2. These are things that I would love to see in the next Dead Island, or at least the next big zombie game that will be released by Techland. So guys, coming in at number 1, we have the weaponry-equipped cars. Now, this is something that Dead Rising did a fantastic job at, especially with the physics of it all. This would definitely add a new spin to the Dead Island series and make it much more complex and unique. I mean, just think if you had the capability to customize vehicles like you did your weapons. It would add a completely different dimension to the game. Now guys, quickly moving on to number 2. I'm thinking better physical actions and physics as a whole, similar to that of Dying Light. And guys, I understand that parkour was Dying Light's selling point. It made the game so much more unique to the zombie genre, but it would be such a great move on Techland's part to incorporate some of the fighting techniques from Dying Light into Dead Island 2, at least to the point where the punching and kicking isn't as clunky as it was in the previous Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. We don't necessarily need all of the parkour, but better physics is definitely a must. Now, coming in at number 3, guys, we have more guns. This game is taking place in the US of A. We all know how much Americans love guns. We need our guns, guys, and by judging the looks of the pre-alpha footage, it appears that this is exactly what we're gonna get. I also think it would be a nice touch to add some old school World War I or World War II guns, maybe a flamethrower, maybe an MP40, and hey, while we're on the gun note, I also think it would be sweet to add some possibly futuristic type guns for Easter eggs, maybe similar to the ray gun or Wonder Waffle in the Call of Duty series. This would be an awesome touch to have. And lastly, at number 4, this is a personal criticism of the previous games. I would obviously prefer smoother gameplay and more meaningful missions. See, the previous Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide had a handful of missions I felt were boring and unimmersive to the open world zombie experience. Dying Light did a much better job, but I still feel as if there was more to accomplish. I believe that Skyrim, for example, and Far Cry had a much better sense of what was interesting and meaningful to the individual gamer. Just for example, I can still recall to this day most of the plot, and for that matter most of the missions in Skyrim and Far Cry, but I can hardly remember the plot and what had happened in the previous Dead Islands and Dying Light. The story is definitely one of the most important things in a video game. Now guys, that is my video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what else should be added to Dead Island 2 or zombie games as a genre in the comments below. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace!